Morning, everybody. Today is going to be the first episode of a series that I've been wanting to do for quite some time. This is going to be my road to 180 pounds. Hopefully the last time that I'll have to lose weight. But in this episode, I want to provide the necessary context for the series going forward, as well as laying down the format and, of course, the ground rules that I have to follow. So I've teased this in a previous video of mine, which was Leviathan in length. It's over a half hour, so if you can bear through that with the terrible audio as well. Of course, I've gotten myself a brand new mic, so hopefully the audio quality will be a little bit better going forward. But in any event, the necessary context, I was 350 pounds up until until 2021. And then I decided to make a lifestyle change, so that I embarked on a 63-week journey to get down to 220 pounds. I got down to that goal weight at around mid-July 2022. And then, of course, because my metabolism had essentially cratered and I was looking like a raisin, always having headaches, everything like that, I decided to take about 4.5 to 5 months off to recover, eat at maintenance, start getting into the habit of going to the gym, and again, sort of maintaining that weight as well. So now that that my metabolism has sufficiently recovered, I am going to embark on the next step. And this time I'm going to record it. And the reason why I want to record it is not only to help to keep myself accountable, but also to sort of share the journey as with you all as well. And hopefully if you find it helpful, then great. If you find it, entertaining, great as well. And if it's neither of those things, well, it's going to be out there for everybody to see, to criticize, or to enjoy, hopefully. So right now, I'm going to go over my starting weight, the format of these videos going forward, and the rules. And then, of course, I'm going to offer my thoughts at the end. Now, start going with the format of these videos. Of course, I will be introducing my starting weight, and then I will be posting my weigh-in numbers. And I have to weigh in every Sunday. As I'm recording this, it is a Sunday morning. So the way that I'm going to do this is I'm going to record every Sunday morning and I'm going to post this on Monday. This makes more sense for my schedule. And of course, these episodes are going to be almost a weekly recap of the week and how I did and how my workouts are going and what I ate. And of course, my general thoughts on the journey as well. So that's essentially going to be the format of it. Now, the rules. I have to weigh in every Sunday. I have to take a progress picture. I have to eat no more than 2,000 calories a day. And that is something that I've calculated on calorie.net. And I am going to share that link in the description below and tell you folks exactly how I managed to get to this 2,000 calorie number. I will allow myself a refeed day once every 3 to 4 weeks. And what a refeed day is essentially a day where you eat where you overeat, essentially about 2,000 to 3,000 calories over over what your baseline is. So my baseline in this case will be 2,000 calories, and the reason why is just to replenish your energy stores and to make sure that you don't go crazy throughout the whole cut. So I'll be aiming to do that as infrequently as possible, hopefully every 3 to 4 weeks. And the reason why I'm going to be incorporating this as well is because I have to follow my workout and my workout cycle, which is a 3-in-1. So essentially I work out, I do a push day, a pull day, a leg day, and then a rest day. Now, I will post the routines up on the screen here, as well as my starting numbers as of January 8th. So yeah, hopefully we can see if I've managed to progress farther as well. Another rule is that I have to consume 3 liters of water a day. If you've seen my previous video on why I drink this every day, I actually have my little tumbler of water right here, so I have to consume that every day. That's a non-negotiable part of the routine. I also have to consume at least 150 grams of protein a day, and I will be aiming to go a little bit higher. I'm going to be aiming to eat around 180 to 220 grams of protein. You may think that, okay, why am I consuming so much of it? The reason for it is because it helps to keep me satiated, and also I'm still trying to put on a little bit of muscle while I'm doing this cut. So essentially, it's not just a weight loss thing. It's almost like a weight loss / body recomposition. But yeah, hopefully that will pay off in the end. So the goal of this journey is, of course, to lose around 2 pounds a week. And that's considered to be extreme weight loss. And the reason why I'm doing it this way and I'm not taking it a little bit more slowly, where I'm not losing, let's say a pound a week or half a pound a week, is because in my previous weight loss cycle, I was aiming for 2 pounds a week. Excuse me, because again, I needed to lose the weight as fast as possible, and it was an extra challenge for me as well. So that's the reason why I'm continuing to do it this time around. It worked well for me last time. I see no reason to change it this time. And of course, the goal is to eventually get down to 180 pounds as close to 180 pounds as possible, as fast as possible. Now, what do I mean by this? This is progress depending. Of course, it's not all going to be sunshine and roses. There are going to be rough patches. There are going to be patches where, let's say my weight loss is slower than one week than another week. And you know what? I may end up hitting a plateau around that 180 mark. So I could be, let's say, resting around 180 2.6 or 181.3 pounds, and if I keep holding at that for a couple of weeks, even after I've cut my calories by 200 or so calories, so I'm eating less than 2,000, then I might decide to call it and to start the reverse diet to get back to my new maintenance. Just because, again, as much as I want to get down to 180, I don't want to fixate too much on the number like I did last time, because that's what pushed me to essentially, really crater my metabolism, start, always sit through about 8 weeks of headaches and constantly being hungry. And I don't want to do that to myself this time. As well, of course, I am going on vacation in a couple of weeks, so I probably won't have access to the foods that I'm going to be normally eating. But that being said, I'm still going to do my best to stick to my workout cycle and to my diet. And again, I'm still going to be militant, but yeah, we'll try to remain as militant as possible. Let's just put it that way. Now, what am I going to be eating? So this essentially is going to be, this may be a point of contention, but this is something that I've discovered has worked really well for me, is that I'm going to be eating a mostly animal-based diet, which means I will be prioritizing animal sources of protein from meat, which means a lot of beef, a lot of chicken, a lot of pork, a lot of fish, some seafood. I won't go into lamb or goat or anything like that. Just if I have the opportunity to eat it, I will. But those are going to be my main sources of, let's say, protein, along with dairy products such as Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, which I'm not a huge fan of, but I have a bunch of it in my fridge, so I gotta eat it. And eggs, of course. Eggs are going to be, along with beef liver, they're nature's multivitamin. And I will be having some beef liver too once I manage to re-up on that. Now, I say mostly animal-based. You're probably going to think, okay, am I going to eat any grains? Am I going to eat any pasta? Am I going to eat any bread? Anything like that? And the answer is I'm going to avoid that as much as possible. Why? And the reason for it is because I find it bloats me. I'm not sure if I have some sort of an intolerance to it or whatever. It's the same thing with legumes. I'm going to do my best to avoid beans, nuts, in anything of that variety, just because I find one, I'm allergic to nuts. Two, beans, they don't necessarily sit with me very well. Other legumes don't either. And I don't want to be bloated. I don't want to be uncomfortable. And also, I mean, I don't necessarily need to eat high volume foods on this diet, or on this, I wouldn't necessarily call it a diet. The way that I'm eating right now is because, again, like, I feel very, very satiated through the animal foods that I'm already eating. Now, of course, when I say animal products, I don't just mean dairy and meat. I do also mean organ meat. So I will be consuming some beef liver if I have any. And I will also be consuming honey, which is probably going to be one of the only carbohydrate sources that I'm going to be consuming that's not on my refeed day. And the reason for it is because raw, unfiltered honey is one of the best things for you. It's a good source of carbohydrates, so a quick source of energy, and it has some nice health benefits as well. And it's, of course, people have been using it for thousands of years, not to mention it tastes fantastic. So it's something a little bit sweet to break up the monotony of all the savory that I'll be eating. As well, I will not deny myself any fruits. I don't necessarily see the problem with fruits. As compared to vegetables, they don't upset me or my digestive system as much. But again, I'm going to try not to make a habit out of it. I mean, a banana sure is fine. Same thing with an apple or an orange or anything else like that. I will eat some of that, but of course I will still be tracking my calories along with that. Now, with this diet, this essentially is going to be putting me into somewhat of ketosis, I guess, which is the first time that I'll be undergoing this. So this is sort of adding an extra challenge to see how my body responds to it. And if it doesn't end up responding well to being in ketosis for a long time, then I'll switch my composition up. That being said, though, I think it's, and again, I'm not a doctor or anything else. I'm purely anecdotal based on what works for me. So yeah, I think that the way that I've set up my nutrition right now is going to pay off in the end, because, as well, like I said, I'm still trying to build muscle too. So I technically started this on my starting weight was 240, and I weighed myself on the 2nd of January. Now, I have a bone to pick about New Year's resolutions, everything like that. That's the video coming out on Wednesday. That being said, the reason why I decided to start on January 2nd is because, again, just to give myself that 5-month period where I could get my metabolism back up to normal after spending over a year essentially in starvation mode. And as well, I'm not gonna lie, I could have stretched it out until about a year, but I don't know, I kind of got impatient, and yeah, I couldn't wait to get back and to start the road to 180. So my starting weight as of January 2nd was 240 pounds. I'll post the original picture, I guess, whichever side works up. So I think right here. And I weighed in this morning at 233.6 pounds, and I'll post the picture right here. Now, the first couple of weeks of a cut, as I know from personal experience, are always kind of a wash. You may think, wow, you lost almost 7 pounds. Most of that is water, and like very little of it is excess mass. So after, I would say, about like at the end of this week, that's when we're really going to start to see, hopefully a more linear progression of, okay, a pound and a half, 2 pounds a week going forward. And again, like I said, first couple of weeks are a little bit of a wash, but yeah, it's certainly a nice little boost when you see the number on the scale. So yeah, what did I eat this week? Unfortunately, I don't have pictures because, again, I'm no Instagram guru, but I will make sure to take pictures and small videos to include in these videos of what I ate. So I ate a lot of ground beef from Costco, 88.12. So that's 12% fat. It's technically considered lean. And the reason why I did that is because, again, I do need some form of energy source. And good healthy fat is going to help me out with that, along with the honey and the sugar that I get from fruits. And as well as I ate some chicken thighs because they had to be eaten, and of course some eggs and cottage cheese. I'm not the biggest fan of cottage cheese just because, again, I find it tastes like very bland, kind of plain, but it's, per serving, it's 100 calories, 14 grams of protein. It certainly does help it helps out in order to hit the goal. I do also have whey protein, but honestly, so far, I haven't really needed it yet. That's going to be sort of an emergency option if I need something quick on the go. But regardless, we'll forge on. I'll also be posting my workout updates. So I believe I did mention that I will post the starting totals as well as the routine. So I'll keep to do that going forward. But my general thoughts for this week are, I'm really excited to be back in the saddle and to be back doing this. It's going to be a huge challenge, and honestly, I can't wait for it. It's been in the past 15 years. I've been over 200 pounds. So it's really, really exciting to finally get back down to to something that's I guess would be somewhat considered baseline and normal. But yeah, no, I'm really, really looking forward to it, especially now that, I am getting older. So yeah, I don't really have a whole lot to say other than the fact that I'm excited. I can't wait to share the journey. I can't wait to get into it. And hopefully it's going to be a lot of fun. There's going to be some bumps in the road, and there's going to be it's not all going to be easy. But I mean, going from 240 to 180, I think that would be, well, that's what, 60 pounds. So yeah, I think it'll go by. It'll go by pretty good. I'm hoping to have it done within 6 to 8 months, and hopefully we'll see how it goes. Anyway, I won't turn the question on to you like I do for most of my videos. I will say, though, drop a like on the video and a comment down below if you want to share your thoughts. Thanks for watching, and of course, I will see you all with an update next Monday. Have a great week, everybody.